What's up, Vanguardians? This is Jonathan S.P. Mindham here with a special video that I'm going to start doing from now on with like cards of the day or cards that come out. Maybe, just spoilers from Bushiroad and things like that. And we're going to call it Tea Time with the Butler. But today's card of the day, I'm very excited because I'm kind of glad I'm doing it today with this card. Is Maiden of the Rambling Rose. When set 4 was announced, GBO4 was announced, and they released the promotional material, we saw this beautiful unit, but we didn't know what she was. There was a lot of speculation because of similarities between her and Maiden of the Trailing Rose, and similarities in looks and things. And today they announced the effect, and she in fact is a Legion, which is really exciting. Again, she's going to be coming out in Soul Strike against the Supreme, which is GBO4 for us in the States. That'll be set October. But she is indeed a Legion, and the card itself is super good in so many ways, and I'm going to explain that and also explain some downfalls I believe could have as well. But one is the fact that it does Legion with Maiden of the Trailing Rose. Those who don't know, that came out in set 5. It's basically Maiden of the Trailing Rose is really a unique effect because when Neo Nectar came out, it was like a lot of unhit effects called from the deck. That's kind of what Maiden of the Trailing Rose does is when she hits, Counterblast 1, ditch a copy of herself, and look at the top 5 cards of your deck and call 2 units from there and call them to the rear guard, and then you shuffle the rest back into the deck. So now Maiden of the Trailing Rose gets her mate, or a mate, and this is really cool. So there's 2 effects, or 3 effects altogether, but 2 what are unique. It says Auto Vanguard, choose a card from your hand, discard it. When this unit Legion, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for 2 cards with the same name as your units on your Vanguard circle, reveal them to your opponent and put one in your hand, call the other to the rear guard circle, and shuffle your deck. So basically that means is you call one, you call 2 copies, it's the same name as your units. So basically you call 1 and 1, you get Maiden of the Trailing Rose and you grab Rambling Rose, and you call 1 and you put 1 in your hand. So it does 2 things in my mind right off the bat there. One, it can set you up for Stride for the next turn. It can set you up for a Re-Legion. It can set you up for just again additional plus. It also can sit for the field. It also can get you Maiden of the Trailing Rose, which you can when it hits. So there's a lot of opportunity with that effect. I like that a lot because you could do multiple things because of that. So it gives you options. You're not kind of limited to like that Musketeer-esque thing where it's like that's the only Legions we've had really. This is a really good effect for just the ability. The only thing I feel is you gotta choose a card from your hand and discard it. Not a big deal because you could just simply put that back in the next turn, Legion it, whatever it may be. So again, a lot of plays can come off of just the secondary ability. The third ability is Auto Soul Blast 2. When this unit is placed in the Vanguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your gray 1 or less rear guards. Search your deck for 1 card with the same name as that unit. Call the rear guard and shuffle your deck. So you're Soul Blasting. So when you ride Maiden of the Rambling Rose, let's say you're already in Legion, you're Soul Blasting those 2 units back out to shuffle them back in just to put them back in your hand. Like, it has this Dote esque feel to it for many ways, but you don't have to play that additional unit that Soul Blasts, and you get to get a +1 on a rear guard that you have already on the field. So you get the copy again. All the new Neo Nectar stuff is about multiple units on the field. That stand trigger that works really well with basically saying, oh, put this on top of your deck and give 5,000 to 2 units with the same names. That'll go off here very easily. And again, you fill up your drop zone too for Legioning early too. And no riding units now is not a big deal because Neo Nectar really never soul blasted a whole lot. So this is really good for clearing out that soul because you can get rid of, maybe you had to ride a Perfect Guard or you had to ride Flower Screen that you really needed. So the effects really have a lot here, just to help refresh the Neo Nectar clan because they needed something like this. You may not want to run Maiden of the Trailing Rose in this because you're like, oh, I'm a hardcore loyalist to, Asha, which is absolutely fine. I think there's kind of 2 different builds, and I think this one in the long run is going to be the better one unless the new support also in set 4 is something entirely different. That we haven't seen already. I would really love to see them get a grade 1 that has resist. Like, I think that is a huge thing. We saw grade 1 get revealed today. It says it gains 2,000 for every copy of the Vanguard you have in the same, a rear guard copy. So again, this card here, or this will set that up because you have to call a copy, so you will automatically become a 9,000 booster. In the long run, I see 4 Maiden of the Trailing Rose. I see 4 of the Rambling Rose right now. Like, I don't know what the future support is. And then you go down from there. I will personally probably run Super Supas just because I always think they're really good. Depending on the multiple units. Again, there could be better options coming forward, but I just like the idea of, Maiden, Flower Screen, and Super Supas going off. And again, if you have Destride, it's really good because you have the plays, you have options. There's a lot of searching now in many ways to get the, grade 3s out that can, again, set up Stride, set up re-legioning, putting units back. So against retiring decks, it's not a big ordeal. Maybe against locking is hard, but again, if you had resist, it wouldn't be a huge issue. I do like the fact that it's a double R. Kind of matches Maiden of Trailing Rose, because when she came out, she was a double R. Every Legion revival that they've done so far has been also SP'd. So, I mean, we've seen Dodax, we've seen Vermilion, we've seen the Magatsu Typhoon. So we should see this one as a SP as well, which will be really pretty because there's just a lot going on here. So let me know what you guys think. I'm excited. Like I said, this is really a good card. What the clan needed, that's not Musketeer. I mean, I love the Musketeer Legions, but they really needed something that wasn't. And I think for a revival, Maiden of Trailing Rose was the best unit to pick, just because, again, it's on hit skill. Ideally was really good. And now you get this tandem. You can get a couple of attacks in a turn, and hopefully you can get, I don't know what the plays will ultimately be because we got to wait for the more support. But again, guys, that is my tea time with the Butler. Maiden the Rambling Rose is my card and of the first one. And let me know what you guys think. I really want to know. I really think this is a good card, so I want your opinions on it all. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Comment and like this video. Bye-bye.